Hello everyone and welcome to today's session on ClickSense tutorial by IntelliPad. ClickSense is a business intelligence and visual analytics platform that supports a range of analytic use cases. Built on Click's unique associative engine, it supports a full range of users and use cases across the lifecycle from data to insight. With self-service analytics, interactive dashboards, conversational analytics, custom and embedded analytics, mobile analytics, and reporting. In this session, you will learn all about ClickSense. So without any further ado, let's check the agenda for this session. So we are going to start with the introduction to ClickSense, and then moving further, we'll talk about ClickSense features, ClickSense workflow, and ClickSense hands-on. So without any further ado, let's begin.
But before we begin the session, make sure to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so that you'll never miss any update from us.
ClickSense, how ClickSense stand out from ClickView, and what are the features that ClickSense is providing which was not available in ClickView. 8 key features. Shared object library, where the objects are shared, say it is a data object or it is a chart object, can be shared between the teams. And then data storytelling functionality. What we used to do in ClickView, think you have a business presentation. You have a business presentation that you have to present. In Tableau, have you heard about stories or no? What is the story in Tableau? No? Okay, that's okay. There is a concept of stories in all these 3 tools. In Power BI, we call it as a dashboard, as a story. In Tableau, we call them as a stories. And in ClickSense also, we call them as a stories. Now, stories is like describing, rather than creating a PowerPoint presentation, out of the box, taking a screenshot, going into PowerPoint presentation, you can create your own stories. You can create your own stories, drag and drop your charts, at what point, at what instant of time your analysis is taken. At that time, you can create a story inside ClickSense and you can share it with the other users, like a presentation. Then we are removing the dependency of the PowerPoint, right, by creating our stories in Click. Now, the next part is drag and drop visualization. Now, this is for the people who were working on ClickView. Right click, create visual, and then go and power. But here in ClickSense, list of charts will be there. Just drag and drag and drop the fields as per you want, and you are good to create your charts. And when we have this feature, drag and drop feature, then automatically the development speed will be faster. Powerful and open source, means not open source, powerful, open and standard APIs connection we can do. And the best part is self-service simplicity. How this self-service simplicity can be brought in. So do you guys have ClickSense Enterprise setup already available in your organization or no? So enterprise level security. Yes, different ways to keep security in ClickSense. We have like single sign-on. After that, stream level security. After that, we have sheet level security. After that, we have some knowledge on section access. We can create chart level security also, and row level security and column level security, we all know. So at every level, we can set up the security in ClickSense. So that makes this 8 different features, makes ClickSense stand out of the other two. Now, this feature at least we know, traditional and associative. What is meant by a traditional approach, guys? Which was IT driven. Again, from top to bottom approach only have to take. But when it comes to Click, associative indexing, with this associative indexing engine, we have this associative feature where the analytics will follow the user. I shouldn't follow a standard guideline. Yes, from top to bottom I have to go. But now I can select anything and all the entire information will get filtered for me. And this feature remains same with ClickView. So I'll not highlight much on this part. Now, how ClickSense is divided. Sheets and visualization on the top, bookmarks, stories with snapshots. Now, every application in ClickView, how the pages are divided, guys. There also we have sheets, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. Here also we'll have sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, like that concept. We can divide our dashboard in terms of sheets. Bookmarks, yes, that's a common feature where I can store bookmarks and I can use them in either in set analysis, I can use them, or I can use them to go to that particular point. Stories is one addition that we have in ClickSense, and foundation remains the same. Foundation is same for ClickView and ClickSense, which will have data model, measures, load scripts, and dimensions. Now, ClickSense Desktop, ClickSense Cloud, and ClickSense Enterprise. 3 different things. ClickSense Desktop is what we use for development. It's not like we can't develop our dashboard on ClickSense Desktop. Yes, we can do ClickSense Cloud and ClickSense Enterprise. We can do that as well. ClickSense Cloud is nothing but SaaS edition of ClickSense. Now, finally, about the single node architecture. Looks a little bit same as ClickView architecture, guys. Let me just zoom in a bit, where we access our dashboard using a web browser. And then as soon as I enter, proxy services will stop me there. And they will ask me whether I'm a valid user or no, proxy services. And then if I'm a valid user, it will allow me to access the engine. With the help of my reports, with the help of when I access my reports, it will go and sense that presence and it will fetch my reports, it will activate the engine and I can use my dashboard. What is scheduler services? Scheduler services something which will help you to auto refresh your dashboards. Set up your refresh timings in a dashboard and then you can set up the time at which you want it to refresh automatically. This is a single node structure of how interaction between the different services, 4 different services: proxy services, engine, repository services, and the scheduler services. Now people will ask, Arif, what are the differences in the licensing in ClickSense? How the licenses are divided? Now, can someone help me with the licensing in ClickView? What are the different licenses we have? Professional license and analyzer. We divide it like this in ClickSense. We are telling based on ClickView, totally fine. But in ClickSense, it's nearly the same, but we divide it like this. Professional license is given for whom? In ClickSense, for the developers. For the developers who will be using both ClickSense Hub and ClickSense QMC. What is Hub? What do you call it as a hub? For developers, mainly for developers. I can tell this mainly for developers and admins. Calcs, we call it as calc. Developer named calc, document calc, usage calc, session calc. Okay. On the same ground only, they have divided here also, but with the different naming. So what is meant by hub? Anyone can tell me what is hub? Portal to publish ClickSense docs. Okay. This is where you develop your reports, dashboard reports, applications. You can call any name you can give. Develop and publish it to some stream. Then what else you can do in Hub? Hub is a portal to publish and stream is to publish those apps, I guess. Okay. Hub is a place where you develop your reports, any development activity, guys, any development or consumption. Development and consumption, I can tell to be specific. Development and consumption is done on Hub, where you develop the reports, you publish that report to a particular stream, and it is available for the users. What is meant by a stream then? What is meant by a stream? Different streams are there in ClickSense. In Hub, you see different streams. What do we call them as a stream? As a developer, I develop my dashboards and I have to publish my report, right, to some folder. Means all the people in the organization will not be given access to each and every report. All the reports in an organization will not be given to me only to access. No, based on my role, what I do, which team I belong, only those folders I will be having access. And that is what we call as streams. We call them as streams in Hub. And as an admin, we create different roles. In that particular stream, what individual role will have access to? We create stream admins, we create stream developers, we create stream power users, and we create stream users. We create different roles. That is a part of admin. The streams is nothing but logical folders to set up security. And how it is managed, like stream level security? How the security inside ClickSense application is managed? How security inside ClickSense application is managed? ClickView, not ClickSense. People will straightforward tell section access. Sorry. The code that you write between section access and section application, it will act as a security for me, where I can add security to add row level security or column level security. Now in ClickView, as you told that we have experience on ClickView, how do you set up security that a particular access point, that a particular QEW shouldn't be visible for some people and it should be visible for some set of people? How will we set up that security? In section access, only we can set up that QEW shouldn't be visible for a particular user. QMC distribution we set up. Okay. In Click, we call it them as a security roles that admins will create. Every group of people or every person will be assigned to a security role. If he is part of that security role, then he will get access to that particular stream and he will be able to see that stream. I'll show that where that streams come up in the Hub. I'll show that. So now ClickSense Hub is a place where the dashboards are kept like an access point in ClickView. ClickSense Hub is a place where dashboards are available based on your authorization. You can access the information that you want. That is called Hub, development and consumption. What is meant by QMC then? Because a professional license user can be an admin or it can be a developer. So now what is QMC? Full form of that is Click Management Console. What can I use Click QMC for? Very first question that comes to my mind is, if I develop my dashboard, I developed my dashboard and published it. Perfect. I first thing is I developed my dashboard, I published it. And the next moment, I'm thinking tomorrow my data will change and how should I refresh? You can go and do it in scheduling, reload. Yes, you can do. Then creation and managing of streams, managing the users. What else we can do? Is that the only thing that I can do? Configure user access. Yes. Extensions. Very important thing. I will manage my extensions also, which sometimes we call it as a mashups or custom visuals. We call them as a mashups or a custom visuals. I manage them also there. I develop on ClickSense Dev Hub. I develop my extensions. That is one of the session that we'll be going through. I'm not a good Java developer, guys, but I can give a demo of that, how we create our mashups and then import that into our ClickSense, how we can use that in ClickSense desktop. That demonstration is definitely there. So we develop our mashups, we develop our custom visuals, and then bring them into my ClickSense desktop. So by importing that in our QMC, we can get it. So this is what the managing part of the ClickSense Hub is used for: development and sharing. QMC is used for managing the backend. So now these are called professional license. Now what a professional license user can do, he can edit apps, he can create apps, he can edit apps, he can share with the other users also. Now this is where your tokens comes into picture, because for developer, for admin, there is no point of different license. But for another type of license, we have two different types of license: user access license and login access. Why Click has divided like this, guys? Why do you think ClickSense is divided into two different? Based on how frequently you use it, For frequent users, user access will be there. You give them access and they can use it for any amount of time. Infrequent users is given login access, and not based on time limit. And this is based on the time limit, and it is counted based on the session time, how much time you are accessing it, based on time usage. But the user access passes are not allocated based on that. Now, can someone help me? One token is equal to how many login access passes? Token concept. Okay, one token. What is meant by token? For example, 1,000 users are there. A group of people. I give them 1,000 login access. 1,000 login access passes can be further divided into tokens. 10 login access passes. Now, why this differentiation? Can someone help me? Why this differentiation? Because every organization will not have people who will use frequently, right? And you can tell them these are the power users. User access are the power users. You will continue to use that. But login access passers are the users who don't use it frequently, and there are a group of people who will be using it. And now, what are the capabilities of this? These people with analysis type of accesses, they cannot create the report. They cannot create the apps, cannot create the sheets. Only what they can do is consume the report, consume the apps, and create stories, and share stories. Only this they can. I'll take a pause here for a minute. Is it boring, guys, to discuss this? Or we are learning something new, which was not part of our earlier learning on ClickView? Professional type of license and analyzer license. Professional are for the developers and admins. We don't have concept of passes there or tokens, because there are full-time users. They want to use it for the development and admin. But coming to the different type of another type of users, there are analyzer. They are not going to create any reports, but they are using the report. Anyone who have worked on Power BI, they'll be thinking it's like a pro, premium, and premium per capacity. Heard about this, guys? Premium per capacity. I'll not go into much depth of that. I'm just highlighting it. Desktop is for free, sir, for everyone.
Yeah.
You can use it for free. But what has become popular in Power BI, if you guys don't mind, for Power BI, this has become very popular. This has become very powerful. And this has become a game changer for Power BI. Before this, for Pro and Premium, even if you want to share your report, think you have a desktop and you want to share your report, you have to pay $10 a month earlier. Every user has to pay. Now, for large organization, where 20,000 people, 30,000 people are there, they felt it very difficult. Every month, even though I'm just sharing my report or not sharing here, just seeing the report shared by other people, I'm not creating my own content. I'm just using the content of the people created by others. I have to pay $10 a month. People were thinking, I'm not creating, why should I pay? Correct, guys? That was a challenge. So Power BI came up with premium per capacity workspaces. So you just pay $5,000 a month and get it premium per capacity, and unlimited number of free license users you can add to them, and they will have access to that without paying them separately. Only you are publishing, then only you pay. If you are just using it, if you are just seeing it, you need not pay a single penny for that. Power BI came with this licensing model recently, not just few years back they have came out with this. So let's not go into depth of this. Just I like doing a comparative study, how the licensing is here, how the licensing is. So there is no concept of premium per capacity licensing there. So how we are charging here in Qlik is based on the login access passes. So we are charging based on that. How many users you want to give access and how many people are accessing it, I don't care. I'm just giving you every login pass will be tagged with some minutes, 20 minutes, 6 minutes sessions. You have 6 minutes of analysis done there. Once you close your session, and after that you log in after 1 hour, a new login pass will be taken into consideration. And for every login, every tokens, you have to pay to Qlik. And for developers, at least you have to pay for sure $25 per month. There is some charges you have to pay for developers. But for users, as what Power BI has done, they have done it like this: login passes. You pay for login passes. How many login passes you want to provide them user the access? Anyone differ from this thought? Interesting, guys, because in next 30 hours we'll be doing this only. If you ask me to open Tableau and show me the comparison, I'm happy to do that, because I like this kind of audience where people are coming from diverse background. They are working on Power BI also, they are working Tableau also, now they want sense also. I love to work with such audience, because everyone know that 75% of market is occupied by these three tools only. 75% of the visualization market across the globe. Correct or no? Did I change it? I'm very much far from the number, or number is closer to what I told. So this is about the licensing, guys. But parallelly, if you are using on a browser, on a hub or a browser, then that makes sense. It is considered as only one between that time limit. And this time limit is not fixed, guys. Some people see some kind of organizations are there where they found that people are in one stretch, they are 10 to 15 minutes per session. And the best part is I have used this application very much frequently. If you are part of, if you have enterprise licenses, guys, you have monitoring apps one stream. Anyone seeing this? Monitoring apps one stream karke rahega in ClickSense enterprise version, where the application is built and given by ClickSense only for us. ClickSense has built and given this application for me, where you go and monitor each person for how long time he was available on that session, how many times he has opened that report, everything you can see that. And I'm not developing that, ClickSense is giving that application to me. So if you have access, any people who have access, guys, just go and search for monitoring app, or just click your admin team, ping your admin team and ask, I just want a link of that report, they will give you that. Session log will tell as session log, session monitoring, and refresh monitoring. We'll be having refresh monitoring. You can go and monitor that. An application where will tell you the insights about how your system is being used. Guys, as a developer, we all are a developer. I know that we all know this, how to search for this information. This is an official web page of Qlik. Anyone can have access to this. So just as a pointer, I'm sharing this with you guys. Professional accesses and analyzer accesses, user accesses, login accesses rules are all given there. So have we got an opportunity to work on a data manager, guys, in Qlik? Okay, guys. So I was telling about streams, right? This is a hub, interface of hub, how a hub looks like. And this is called streams. And work area is my personal area. And other streams will populate here based on your access. So now if you open ClickSense Hub in your organization, you will see these different folders there. Now I have ClickSense desktop available with me, and I have everything that I need, and I know how to get started, but I don't have the data. Correct, right? Without data, how can we work, Arif? Correct? How to get the data? Have you come across the data set called AdventureWorks? Heard about the data set AdventureWorks, guys? What is AdventureWorks? Official Microsoft sample data that they release out every year. Not every year, every 2-3 years they release it. So we'll be using that database for learning purpose. A lot of different tables, and it keeps very much interesting how we can add different dimensions in my data model. And so now I'll tell you a very interesting fact about ClickSense, guys. In ClickView or ClickSense, we follow it. What we do here is we follow standard folder notation. Can you guys see my screen or no? On my desktop, I have opened a file explorer. Can you guys see my screen? So now what we do in Click is Click have a lot of components. Click has a lot of components. Click has scripts. Click has metadata. Click has QED files. Click has its QEF applications, and also we follow a 3-layered QED architecture. So a lot of components will be there. When you as we go ahead in the learning, we'll be seeing all those parts. We follow a standard, not standard, many companies follow a Click suggested folder structure. Click suggested folder structure where we divide our source files in separate folder, and our script that we write on our ClickSense report that we store as a separate, and we access them in the ClickSense application. And people will ask, Arif, Click script, you should be written inside the Click application, right? You are writing somewhere outside. That is the trick. Every tool, every other tool, you have to do every changes inside the application. But this is the best part of Click that I like personally is in order to do some changes, in the application, you need not go physically do the changes in the application. If it's something backend changes, I divide Click application into 2 different areas. One is front end and one is backend. Backend is data modeling part. Front end is data visualization part. If you want to do some changes in the data modeling part, you need not go and physically access that file. Come here, one folder, one file will be there that is called QVS extension, or you can call it a TXT extension. Both will work. All your script will be written there, and you point this into your ClickSense application. And if you do some changes here, go ahead and reload that application there. The changes that you have done will be incorporated. This is the best part I like of Click compared to any other tool. We don't have this feature in Power BI. We don't have this feature in Tableau as well. Because as a developer, I don't have all the time properties, means privileges to go and publish that app continuously. Correct, guys? In every organization, developers are not given access to publish in production directly. That is what admins will do. So we are not allowed to do the changes at sometimes that I can't wait for that changes. So minor changes are there, yeah, we have to push it. So we do the changes in script and just go and hit the report refresh in the Click QMC. So this is what the best part is, where I can show that script outside my application. I can have this setup. So because of that, I store my different folders. Another folder will come here that I will create and tell as QVDs. QVDs. I tell it as QVDs. QVDs is what we will learn in the future session. For now, don't create all these folders, guys. Just create source folder. Don't create all this. As and when we need it, as and when the complexity is increased, we'll be learning that. Okay, guys. Chalo. Now let's get started. We have the data with us. ClickSense desktop. I open it. Just click on create new app and just give it a name as ClickSense. Just give a name, any name of your choice. You can give. Click on create. Click on open app. My screen visible to everyone?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Click on create new app and you have these options here. Now, guys, we have add data from files and other sources and script editor. What do you mean by this options? 2 options. Which one will we go for, guys? Editor, you'll go for script editor. As a any one click developer will tell script editor. Now, someone told add data from files and other sources, right? See, this is a place where we differ. So what we do, guys, we will learn as a Click developer, we will learn, and I will take you a walkthrough in one of the good session. What is meant by this add data from files, and then how we can use data manager properties where I can get data and graphically I can play with the data. We'll look into that part later. And now I'll just cancel this part for now. I'll go for script editor. What is a script here, guys? What do you mean by script in Click? 2 ways to load the data. Today, we will take approach of script editor. Click on script editor. It will open me a data load editor here. In Click View also, we have this structure. In ClickSense also, we'll have this structure. Okay, what are these things on the top? There are 2 types of variables, guys, let and set, that I would like to take up first. Let 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3, I'll just give a name. We let equal to set. Keep this in mind, guys. We set is equal to 2 plus 3. Now guys, tell me, click guys, what do you see the difference is in between this? What is meant by let and what is meant by set? If you understand this, you can crack what is meant by this easily. What is meant by set and what is meant by let. Guys, before allocating the value, it will evaluate first. This is the way we can write comments. And set, what it does not evaluate before assigning. That means the result will be 5 for this and the result will be 2 plus 3 only. Agree with this or someone differ? Understood? What is meant by let and what is meant by set variables?
Yes.
Now, how to get the data? How do I get the data in my ClickView, guys? There is an option at the below, get the data sources, Excel files, that option will be there. I would get the data from there very easily in Click. But here in ClickSense, I have to create a connection. Say it is an Excel file, say it is a folder, say it is a SQL server. I have to define the connection first. In ClickView, I need not define like that. Guys, do we need to define that connections before or just click on that connection, create and store it at one time and then reuse it again and again? Can we do that in ClickView? Or every time I create a new application, I have to create a new connection? Or the best part I like about ClickSense is create a connection I'm doing. I create a connection and the same connection I can use between multiple applications. If you are using an enterprise version, guys, this is the best part. If you are creating one connection in one report, one application, that connection will be available for you to be used in the other application also. But in ClickView, is it the same thing, guys? Is it the same thing in ClickView? Or we have to create every time we have to click on that data sources and we have to go there and we have to put the credentials and get the data. Correct, right? Every time I have to go there, create the connections. I can't use that once created connections. I can't use that onto multiple applications. Can I use? No. But have a look. I will create. We can reuse. How? On ClickView. And which is my folder? I will go. Where is my data sources, guys? Go to the data sources on the desktop. This is my test folder. Let me just create the same folder. Select all this, Ctrl+C, come here to this folder, ClickSense folder, go to source. I might have edited my files, so I'll just delete these all files and then I'll paste it. Because your data and my data should be matching. I got it. I'll take the path of this folder. I'll come here and I'll paste that path here. Okay, have a look. And I will give the name as source and click on. And now one connection will be available for me. Folder connection I created. And this connection, once I created, guys, if I create another application in ClickSense desktop, it is not visible for me in another application. But if you create on ClickSense Enterprise, if you create another application, come here and create another application, the same connection will be available for you again. So you need not define one more time the connection string, which folder location, where it is there. You need not define it every time. Once it is defined, you can just directly use it. Now I have to get the data. Click on this, select data, which table I want. Fact internet sales. Fact internet sales file. I'll click on select. And now this is the place I can do a little bit of basic transformation. If you don't want some fields, you can unselect those fields. If you don't see the headers are formatted properly, you can have those headers here. Header size, how many rows are there? You can set up those here. And you can select the format, which data format it is coming from. You can select that. Okay. Now, if you see, some beautiful thing is happening here at the bottom. Based on what columns you select and based on what columns you don't select, the script here is getting changed. So now what I will do, based on what I select here, I'll click on insert script. Now have a look. I got my table, and this particular table will be taken name as this. If you want to specify a name to the table, take this and add this table name here. If you want to assign a table name and just give it as colon in front of it. From this table, I'm loading these many columns and these are my location for that file. Fair enough. So I'm not adding my script here. I'm not adding my script. Script is getting generated by click only. And this is same in ClickView. I'm just inserting my script here. Some people will tell, Arif, can I write my own script? Obviously, sir, you can go and write your own script. One table is there. Okay. Then this is just writing the script. And now I have to load this data inside ClickView. And this is what the best part of Click again. Now we tell Click as an in-memory tool. Why we call that as in-memory tool? I would tell pure in-memory tool compared to the other tools. Pure in-memory tool I call it as. Not Power BI also is in-memory. Power BI also is not an in-memory tool, and Tableau is also not an in-memory tool as per my understanding. But Click is a pure in-memory tool. Why? there. In Power BI, guys, I'll take example of Power BI first, then I'll come to Tableau. In Power BI, what happens, your PBIX file is published into two different objects, correct? One is called as the report and another part is called as a data set, correct? Now, whenever you open this report, the report is tagged with this data set and this report will get data from this data set. But what happens in Qlik, the data itself is inside the application.
Just a quick info, guys. If you want to learn ClickSense, then IntelliPad provides a ClickSense certification training which is taught by industry experts with more than 10 plus years of experience. This course is built in such a way that you can land your dream job. So without further wait, let's continue with the session.
It will not get published as separate objects. It will get published as a single object, data inside the application. Now, if you load this, if you just click on load data, it will load the table inside the application and keep it inside together inside the application. It will load. Fair enough. So people will ask me, Arif, in Tableau and Power BI, we have a concept of extract and live connection and direct query and inline mode. So direct query and this one, import. So can we have that feature here? Can someone help me? Can we have that live connection option in Qlik? For example, if I have a live SQL Server connection, can I have it a live connection as soon as something changes there? So now guys, in memory means the application is tagged inside the report. So it's together now. Now click on close. This data from the Excel file came into my QVF application. Now you go and do any changes. That will not get reflected here. In an Excel file, if you go and rechange the column name or anything changes you do, that will not get automatically reflected here, guys. Why? Because I have took the data from there and I have kept inside my QVF application. So any changes happening there will not get affected to my report. So in memory, we call it as in memory tool. With data, when you refresh, the data is brought from that Excel file and stored inside my Qlik application. Is called in memory. Now, if I want to see the data, this data is there, or if I want to see this data here, how can you see? Click on this drop down and click on data model viewer. Click on data model viewer and you will see graphical representation. Exactly the same as model viewer in Power BI and Tableau. Data source section in Tableau and model in Power BI. And you can see the preview of the data here. Can you see this? Preview. And it will give some stats about the data. Fair enough. This is a table and this is my data. Now model viewer. You can see the data in terms of how many columns are there, what the stat of. Click on this particular column, you'll get stats about that. How many values are there, how many values are null, all this information you'll get. Now go back to edit script. Now I want to load another table. This table is alone here. Let me just load another table. What do? Keep your cursor at the bottom. Always keep your cursor at the bottom. Whenever you load one table, guys, don't do along with me. I will give you enough time. After I load one more table, I will give you 5 minutes time. Don't worry. But at the time when I'm doing, please pay attention and make the discussion very much interesting. Now, I want to load another table. Click on the same connection again. See that I'm going to the same connection. Now this time I'm loading dimension data sets. Select. In this Excel file, I have multiple sheets. Which sheet you want to load? You have to load. Now people who worked on Power BI, they might be telling that, if it's same as I do in Power BI, it looks the same. Sheets will come at the left and data preview will be there. Based on which options I want, I can take up. Correct. But one good thing about here is in Qlik, you can't select the columns directly. You have to load it, then you have to delete those columns. But here you can select whichever column you want and which you don't want, you can select directly. And to do these changes, you have to go to Power Query there.
Right.
You have to go to Power Query and then you have to do the changes. But before loading the information only, Qlik is giving this option. Click on insert script and now this table is here. Again, copy this and give it as a table name here and add a colon. Now I have two tables. Again, click on load data. This time, so what Qlik does, Qlik drops all the data before loading. Qlik drops all the data and freshly reload entire data for you. So now when you click on load, whatever data was there here, it will redrop it. So now if you don't want to reload one table, definitely you can do that. Definitely you can do that. And also there are a number of different ways also to increase the performance of reloading the data. One of the best way is to make it as a QVD. Take the data, make it as QED and store it. What is QED? People will tell. QED is click view data file, which is used for optimized data load and compressed data storage. Slowly, when we go ahead, we will learn that techniques also. But you have absolutely right point. Make sense? Now, done. Saw the tables available. Tables are available in the data model. Click on this data model. Your tables are available. Okay, now, Arif, I want to create a chart of this data. Arif, I want to create a chart. Click on this sheet. Click on this sheet. Click on this sheet. You have a blank sheet now. Blank canvas. Blank canvas is there for you to create the dashboard. Click on edit sheet. Click on edit sheet, and you have a good list of charts available here. Can you see this? Fields. In your table, what are the different data fields available? You have it here, correct? Select table if you want to point out a particular table, dimension data sets. In this dimension data sets, how many fields are there? You want to see fact and net sales, how many? One change that I did, right? Let me just go to my data load editor, and this one I'll change it to dim date. I didn't reload it after changing the name. So first file has these many records, second file has these many records. Click on close. Click on back to my sheet. This sheet is here. Now dim date, table name changed, and then fact and net sales, other table. Now two tables are there. Master items, ignore that for now. A very beautiful concept that we'll be seeing. And this is a unique feature of ClickSense compared to ClickView. Charts. These are the different types of charts available for me to be used. Okay, let's create the chart. Custom objects is one thing that we'll be seeing in future. Bar chart. Just click on this or drag and drop here. It will come up on the screen, bar chart. This is the properties section, guys. I'm just revising the same thing. Different charts and fields. Forget about master item, forget about custom objects for now. I'll tell you. Charts and fields are the two items available, and these are my properties of that chart. Same in Power BI, guys. Charts will be there, charts will be here, and then fields. Drag and drop the fields here, or just click here, fields will come and you can add it. Now go to the fields, and what do you want to add there, guys? What do you want to add? You want to add sales amount, drag and drop in the object, and you want to add sales amount as a dimension or a measure. Add as a measure. You want to add it as a sum of sales amount, or you want to add it just as any other calculation, sum of sales amount. Add it. This is one way to add. Drag and drop the fields and select what you want. Other way to add is just click here, dimensions. Measure is added. Click on this dimension and automatically list of fields come here. Now search for that field, calendar year, and I got my first chart. My first ClickSense chart is created. I'll create this one more time. Click on this, click on delete. Click on the charts, click on the bar chart, and click on this. It will come up on the sheet. Either you search for the field, drag and drop here, or just click on this measure, sales amount, you search sales amount, and then click on sum of the sales amount. You have it now. And then on the bars, search for calendar here, and you have that. I got my chart created. Now people will tell, Arif, your chart is wrong here. Correct? How can all the years have same data? Correct? All data is same, no association, because calendar year is coming from dim date and sales amount is coming from the calendar. Go back to the script. Data load editor. It will open in the new window now, side by side, rather than moving it. Have side by side. Now, in Power BI, how do you guys create a relationship, guys? In Power BI, how do you guys create a relationship? You have one table, you have another table, you drag one column exactly on the top of other column, and association is created. Right. Correct, guys?
Yeah.
In Tableau also, the same thing happens. When you bring in another table, automatically it will give you a box where you have to select the columns and the relationship will be created. But in Click, you have to do it manually. And how will you create? Which column you want to connect, you have to rename. But the best part is, if you go to the data manager approach, we took the data load script approach. If you go to data manager approach, you can create relationship between the tables by dragging and dropping. That is totally fine. You can do that. But in data load editor approach, you have to rename the exact column names. So now which is the column association for me? Now this fact internet sales order date key, this I want to relate it with the date key. Now either rename this column here or rename this column here as order date key. Start typing order date key, and that column is there. So now ClickSense is of mentality that If the column names are same, I will create an association. No one need to tell me anything. If the column names are same, I will create the association. Now click on save, click on load, click on close, and then go to the chart, go to the sheet and see my chart fixed. Automatically my chart got fixed. I didn't do anything here. Automatically my chart got fixed and I have the right bar chart now. Over to you. Please do this. Data load editor. I'll go back to the data load editor. Please do this. Correct, guys? In order to create relationship in Qlik, we have to rename. It's the same in ClickSense and QlikView both. Yeah. So there is no concept of one-to-many relationship or one-to-one relationship here. There is no concept of one-to-many or many-to-one relationship. It's just relationship. If it is matching in the other table, it will give you. Now, I'll tell it's like an outer join between the two tables. All the data in the table will be as it is. But if something is matching, then only it will give you the data. If it is not matching, it will not give you the data. In data warehousing, guys, there is no concept. Qlik or any other reporting tool work on the same fundamental that there is no one-to-many or many-to-one relationship. Just relationships will be there. Table is matching. If we select one value in one table, the other table will filter all the data present in that table. John, makes sense? Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Do you have control in Qlik? Because the data itself, it's very simple. It's just relationship. Only Power BI is a tool where I have seen one-to-many, many-to relationship they are showing, but that doesn't have any effect on the data. It will, if one-to-many is there, if you go and try to change it to many-to-one, it will not allow you to change. Only in many-to-many relationship, it will allow you to change. But again, it will throw you a warning telling that if you are trying to change a relationship, don't do that, it will tell. So don't worry about one-to-many or many-to-one, any of the data visualization tool. This is where this formatting is the place where I felt Qlik is lagging a little bit. Me as a developer, it is lagging a little bit, but for an end user, it's very much simple. I'll tell you. Again, self-service BI feature will come here. Okay, if this is done, have a look, guys. Now, let's start formatting this chart. So far good. How to create relationship between the table, we have learned. How to import the tables, we have learned. And how to edit a sheet, we have learned. And how to create a chart, we have learned. Now, next part is chart is created, Arif. I just want to modify this chart based on my requirement. Change the title, just change it here directly. Sales by year. Change the x-axis and change the y-axis. How I can change it? Go into data and then here expression is there and label is there. In the label, you change it to sales amount because by default, it will show the expression for you. If you don't want to show the expression, you want to show your name, any custom name, you can show it. And then go to calendar year. Again, the label will be there. Just change to year. Just hit enter. Now I want the year. So now changed my. Now, what I felt here is, think guys, if I want to keep this title on the center, if I want to keep this title on the center, can I do that in QlikView? I can go to the title section and I can change my title and I can place it anywhere I want. But here in ClickSense, they have optimized the options. Yes. They have optimized these options to make it very easy for one person to create the chart. Ultimately, the goal is to bring in analytics, bringing the analytics with very much easy interface and reduce a lot of complexity. What's the intention? Now, some of the formatting features which are available in QlikView are not available in ClickSense, like very detailed formatting of the chart. No, I can't do that. In Qlik, I can change these numbers also. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. But in ClickSense, I can give any number I want, any granularity I want. Can I change this x-axis, y-axis to any granularity I want in QlikView? But in Qlik, they have given only 3 options. Just type as yes or no on the chat window, guys, if you agree with this statement or no. In QlikView, I can control this y-axis. How many items I have to show? This can I control? I can control, right? But in QlikView, in ClickSense, they have given me only 3 options: either narrow, broad, or just normal. Okay, have a look. Y-axis, see a scale, they have given only 3 options. Very simple example I'm trying to explain. Wide, see that it will show wide. Make it as narrow, it will make it as narrow. Make it as medium, it will give it as medium. Means it is trying to always at every step, ClickSense is trying to reduce the complexity with which one works. It would be our best example, right? Everyone? to understand why some of the features are not given in ClickSense and those features are available in ClickView because of the name called self-service BI, where if I give a lot of options on a data visualization tool, it will be difficult for any user to learn it, no? And neither Power BI gives us this option to make it different ranges. Correct or no, guys? Power BI also doesn't use this option for me. ClickView, we have very detailed way of handling it, and in Tableau also is very detailed. Tableau, at least, forget about it. So much detailed we can go in Tableau. So, but Click is optimized to make it as more user friendly so that users can use it. Now, this is one way I can format it. Next, what else I want, guys? Data labels. Okay, now I don't have data labels. Go into presentation and labels, value labels are off. Turn it to on. It's turned on. And I can go and just play with that value. Now people will tell me, let me just go into this sales amount. Let's not go into modifiers. Oh, no. Now tell me, guys, user comes and ask me, Arif, this is in terms of million. Can I change it in terms of K? People will come and ask, and which is very much easy in Power BI. Can I change it in Click? Ideally, you should have, right? Arif, that is a basic feature here. How cannot Click have that? But Click again tells us, see the beauty of Click. In any other tool, guys, have a look. In any other tool, the millions will be same. But in Click, this is not same. Did you observe that? The units are not same. Have you seen this kind of feature in any of the tool? I have not seen this in Tableau. Neither I have seen this in Power BI. Click is optimizing it based on the value. Which would be the best representation for that value? Click is optimizing it for that. Now people will come and tell me, Arif, I don't want it in that way. I want this in standard. How it is in ClickView? Will it show the same units or it will automatically adopt the units? Now, how I can change it? If someone comes and asks me how I can change it, I want uniformity. Select this chart, go into appearance, and see I don't have any options there. Y-axis, see the label left, range is auto. Range, I'll just make it as minimum, maximum. Make what value we want minimum, what value we want maximum. I can set it like that. Tooltips with general feature. Now I don't have that option only here. How I can show that? Is it possible? Is it possible, guys, for me to show that number representation? Number formatting. Can you see this? Number formatting inside the sales amount. If you come down here, you have number formatting. Can you see this? Number, money, amount. So now it's auto. Change it to money. Now it will tell as full detailed money. Means it is not giving me. I can take that. Now people will tell, Arif, I want this to be in K. If you make it as auto, it will comment like this. But this is money, right? This is money. Come here and change it to money and it will show as money. But now in money, guys, I don't have option to make it as thousands, millions, or billions. So it's not allowing me here. Have a look. Then what's the trick that we can do in order to make it thousands, millions, and billions? Number formatting, I went and I changed it. Guys, these are very basic, right? If you don't understand this, then it will become very much difficult. Understanding this is very important. Now, how did you add label on the bars again? Have a look. Go to appearance. In their appearance, you have presentation. In the presentation, value labels will be there. Select that chart. In the presentation, value labels will be there. Turn on that value labels. Now, this is what I felt a little bit lacking in ClickSense, that I'm not able to tell it as handle that. Such kind of scenarios, how I usually handle. So what I do in general, click on this FX expression, and this is what in every tool we can do. Divided by 1000, click on apply and come to the number format and just add K in front of it. Can you see that? And I can do in this expression also. I can create an expression and I can write that in expression also. But I don't need to do that. Power BI ClickSense is giving me that option on the screen. If you want to do it in million, click on this FX, make it as million, click on apply and come here and change this formatting to million. Somewhere outside it will get turned to million. Now, auto feature of the numbers can be overridden by any type of format. If you want, go and do the changes in the expression. Fair enough, guys? Got an idea how we can change this numbering also. In the expression, while designing the expression also, I can do that. Next is, I have added the numbers, I have added the labels array. But I don't want these years to be available here. I don't want these years. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14. I don't want that. There is no sales now for those years. Then why you are keeping that Arif simply there? People will tell. People will tell, Arif, don't keep those. Then how will you remove those? In ClickView, again, we have a good option. We can go and do that. In Power BI, how we can remove this? I don't know. By default, I don't know the sales amount is greater than or less than. How can I apply a filter, guys, here in Power BI? But here it is giving me all the years. How to remove that then? Go to the calendar year, and now limitation is there. Limitation, fixed limitation, no limitation, exact value, relative value. What is meant by this fixed limitation? Go to fixed limitation, top or bottom you want to select, you can select it from here. Exact value greater than 0. All the years gone. And then show others, you remove it, and you got all these years. I'll do it one more time. Have a look. How to remove those null years? How to remove those null years is go into the year under the dimensions. Limitations, 4 different types of limitations will be there. One is no limitation. By default, it will be no limitation. All the years it will show. And I will tell fixed. I don't want to go fixed. I don't want to go to relative. I'll go to exact value. Greater than, lesser than, or any other option you want, you can select. Greater than or lesser than. Greater than 0. If the sales amount is greater than 0, then only you show that particular bar. Otherwise, don't show. In future also, if some year is not coming, that's okay, fine. No? It will not show up there. This way, on a single screen, I can have my information. Are we clear about the number formatting? Is that the same way we do in ClickView? No, right? We have options available. In numbers tab, and guys, in numbers tab, we have that option, right? Either millions and billions, you can. But here, we have to do this workaround. So such kind of features are there. And I don't, if you ask my personal preference, guys, this to entire, if you ask me, people will sometimes ask me, Arif, you have worked on all the 3 tools here. Which one do you suggest? Which one is better? I tell straightforward, guys, I don't have any preference, because all the 3 tools are best in the way they are. Some people will agree with me this. As a developer, a very good saying is there. If you ask me in single line differences, if you ask me, I would tell Qlik is best for the data transformation. Very good transformation techniques, very easily handled. Any kind of data you can handle in Qlik using script. In Tableau, transformation skills are very weak, but charting options in Tableau, none of the tool can beat it. None of the tool. Till today, I have not seen such a tool which is so flexible with the help with charts as in Tableau. And in Power BI, again, transformation skill is good, and fixed charts again. You have to go to custom chart, get that chart, and learn that chart. But one liner, if I tell no personal preference, based on what client is needing, what are the end users' expertise. If the end users are a kind of self creation of the charts, which tool they have used. If the data is not that much clean, data is coming from various different sources, a lot of transformation needs to be done, I'll go for Qlik. So based on the use case and the data present at the backend, we decide. So there is no clear answer, guys. None of the developer can answer this. So people come and ask, there is no clear answer of best. All 3 tools are good at their own place. But I can tell, if you tell me one feature, I can tell which tool is best for that feature. Like I've told, data transformation, Qlik no one can beat. Front-end visualization, Tableau no one can beat. Agree? Now, let's create a pie chart. Let's create a pie chart, drag and drop it here. And now add a dimension, calendar quarter, and then add a measure, sales amount, and then sum. I got my quarter-wise chart. Straightforward. There is no difference. Formatting I can do again. Which value I want to format again. Now people will come and ask me, Arif, can I change this color of this chart? Color for a bar chart, and this color can I change? Go to that appearance, and then presentation. I can select not alternate states, colors and legends, colors off, and now I can go very beautiful option of color by dimension or color by measure. If I do color by dimensions, individual colors will be assigned. Can you see this? Individual colors will be assigned. If you want to color it by measure, you'll see dark to light, dark, higher value, light, lesser value. But one thing is a trick here. If someone comes and asks me, Arif, this color looks good for me, gradient color is good, but can I change the color scheme? Can I change the color scheme? So first, let's see how many different types of colors I can have. Single color, chalo, I can have single color. I can change any color that I want. Chalo, I can have this color. I can have a hex code also I can add, or I can select from this pane, I can have this color option. People will come and ask, Arif, I want to add a dynamic color. Go ahead, add by dimension. Then people will ask, Arif, can I change this color? Quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, I don't like these colors. I want to change this color as per my need. But I don't have any options only here. I don't have any options to change these colors. I don't have any option to change this color. Now, I'll go by measure. And again, I'll see I have only two options, purple to blue or blue gradient or blue sequential. I have this. I have sequential or this thing. Now, people will tell, Arif, again, you don't have an option here. What will you do? See here, by expression I have. Now, by expression, you can write your expression here. You can write your expression and you can color your chart based on your expression. Only the changes is if you create a variable, inside the script, you cannot edit it here in this window. If you have created that inside the script, you cannot edit it. It will tell the variable is created in script. If you want to change that variable, go and change in the script. Another type of variable is if you create variable here, you can edit it. So now it's not like you have to create only in the script. You can create it from here also. You can give a name, give a definition, and it will get created. Got an idea, guys? What are different ways to create variables? With that note, let me just come to this chart. I'll come here. I'll go to data, calendar year, limitations, exact value greater than 0. To sort this chart based on an ascending order. So color is one topic that we have to see now. But people will ask me this one more very frequent question. How can I sort it? In Power BI, how do you do this? These three dots will be there. Their sort option will come and you will sort it. Anyone who have worked on Power BI? And in Tableau also you get option on the top. But how will you sort? ClickView at least, you'll go to the chart properties. And then you will go into sort option and you can sort it. So this is what you can do based on how you want to sort. But in ClickSense, how do you sort? One beautiful thing that I like about ClickSense is in Excel, how do you sort, guys? How do you sort in Excel? There is given priority, right? Priority you can give in Excel from right to left, you can give priority. And first column you sort, second column you sort, that second column will be sorted on top of the first column, correct? That happens, right, in Excel? It's like hierarchy of sorting will come. Now, the same thing happened in ClickSense also. Have a look. Let me just go here and remove these nulls. Not nulls. This one is this. Have a look. Go to sorting. Priority first is given to calendar year. Second priority is given to sales amount. So now, if you want to change this sorting, 2011 should come at first, 2012 at second, and 2010 at last. Just drag and drag this up. See here. If I take this down, so priority will be given to calendar year. So now, if I put this up, priority will be given to sales amount. Now, people will tell, if I want to sort this ascending, come here. Auto sorting is there. Make it as ascending. So this is one very good part of ClickSense that I like. Hierarchy of sorting, you can give one field nested in another field, that field nested in another field. You can add it. Fair enough, guys? Make sense to everyone? Okay. So yesterday, where did I stop? I'll just take this as descending only. And I'll just make it as a little bit smaller. And then I'll create a pie chart also. I think I didn't save that work yesterday. I had saved. I'll just take a pie chart. I'll put it here and I will add dimension as calendar quarter and measure as sales amount. And there should be some. Got it. And we were speaking about the colors. Before that, before going to colors, I want to take one interesting topic again. I want to see how will you tackle with this. I'll create a line chart. I will add dimension, English, month name, and height is sales amount. Okay, guys, I got this in this way. And now, if I want to, two tasks I want you to do. Two tasks I want you to do. One is show separate line show separate line for each year. And if you see here, the lines are single, and these value for April, value for August, value for December is cumulative value for all the 3 years. Correct? It's cumulative value. But I want it to be a separate line for each year. I was connecting to Snowflake as an activity, but let's not do that today. We have some more important things rather than connecting to Snowflake. So guys, I'm planning to connect to a real database, so that not only you, if I have a SQL server with me, I can connect to a SQL server, but I'm planning to give a demonstration of connecting to a Snowflake also, so that you get an idea. The best part of it is you have a lot of flexibility here to sort your chart. This is a specific example that I have taken to tell you about custom sorting. If your values are not in ascending order or not in descending order, you can go for custom sorting also.
Just a quick info guys, if you want to learn ClickSense, then IntelliPad provides a ClickSense certification training which is taught by industry experts with more than 10 plus years of experience. This course is built in such a way that you can land your dream job. So without further wait, let's continue with the session.
You can write your English month number. So now have a look here. I'll just tell this like this, and I'll tell sort by expression, and I will tell click on this one. I'll tell month number of the year. See here, month number of the year. Click on apply and see. Isn't it cool, right, guys? If you have an expression, if you want to sort based on that expression, you can sort it. Similarly, in Power BI, as we have sort by column option, correct? Sort by column option, where one field you can sort based on another field. But the thing is that field needs to be available there. That field based on which you want to sort in Power BI, that field needs to be available. Otherwise, you are not able to sort it. But here in ClickSense, it's much more flexible. You can write your own expression. If you have a column, you can write that column name, or if you have any expression, add that expression there, and it is done. Guys, how to divide this? So now in Power BI, what we do, there is one option legend. We drag and drop our year there, and automatically I will get that year filtered there, correct? But how can we do in ClickSense? Add second dimension. That's it. Add a second dimension. Just tell calendar year. Automatically, it will show you. Understood, guys? How you can split this? So this looks like a little bit tricky, but one time if you do this, then second time it will become very much easy for us to do that. Now let me just go to the appearance and change this to the presentation. I can add the data label, show data points, and I have the data points, show value labels. I can activate the value labels. It will show up the values. And now you can control a lot of things here. Means if some values are gap, how you want to show them, whether you want to show that as a line or you want to show that as a gap. If the value is, if the chart is too big and it's like this, you don't want it to fit inside this and you want to like a bar, you can. Now coming back to the colors, how I can change this color? How can I change this color? Because colors is not allowing me to have a standard color. Means different colors is not allowing me. I want to change it by expression. Now I want to write an expression. How will you write an expression for this? What are the standard colors that Qlik supports? Many standard colors are there that Qlik supports, and the list is huge. Black, dark gray, light gray, white, blue, light blue, green, light green, cyan, many things. I will write an expression. If sum of sales amount is greater than what value, guys? I'll tell 5 million, then I'll tell green color. Else there is red color also is there. So now not only this, you have to use it like this. That's okay. Let's see. Function. The equation says okay, and then click on apply and see the result. Cool. You can give custom colors like this as you want. And the best part is how you write an if statement in Power BI or Tableau. It's the same. Tableau little bit differs. If we have to compare, then you have to write then. After that, you have to write else. You have to write if then else. So now it's very simple here. If you see if statement, this is the condition. If true, then execute this. If false, then execute this. So color by expression. If you want to change it to dimension, you can go and change it to dimension. Which dimension wants have what color? You can change it like that. Nested if. Nested if. You can use nested if here. Now let's do that. If you want to do a nested if calendar year equal to 2010, then what? I'll just take it as blue. I'll take it as blue. Else I'll type if calendar year equal to 2011. Then I'll tell it as yellow. I have yellow color. Yellow, see here, yellow color also is there. It should be what? I'll take it as green. Close first if, close second if. It's okay. Click on apply and see the result. And there are many standard color that it will support. Now people will tell, if I want a color that is not supported by Click, means there are 10 to 15 colors that ClickSense is supporting directly you can use. But people will come and ask me, there are many colors here that I want to use in my report, but I don't have a color function that will represent that color. What is the solution? RGB. Now, for example, take this red. Red is very easy for me to understand. What is the RGB for green, guys? Green color RGB, and that is available in web browser. We can get it. What is RGB 0250? Okay, what I'll do, I'll just change it to RGB function, RGB 0, 255, 0. Close this and expression says okay. Click on apply. These questions people will come and tell, if this is not supporting, how can I overcome? It means what is the learning for us? What is the learning? What I want to convey? What I want to convey you guys is, guys, it's not like we have predefined set of options that I have to use to color my chart. No, I can use n number of different options. I can sort color by single color. I can color by different colors. I can color by multiple. I can use expression. Now, many people will come and ask me, Arif, this is what you're doing for unique color here. In Power BI, if you guys have noticed, I can tell minimum value what color, maximum value what color. Gradient color scheme I can give there. But Arif, tell me, can I give the graded color scheme like this in expression? It will become very much difficult task for me. How will you define the color scheme here? First of all, you have a constant color, you are coloring this. But think if someone comes and asks me, Arif, I have this color by measure, and it is dark to light. Okay, now change this color using expression, using dark red to light red or green to gold. People will come and ask. And that is very much easy in Power BI, correct? Click on just FX and then go there, minimum value you select, maximum value color you select, in between you add your diverging option, automatically will come. People who have worked with Power BI with that color features, they will tell that Arif, Power BI is much more better here from this coloring, because you don't have you are telling use expression, but expression will not help me achieve that, correct? But when I tell you what ClickSense can provide you in that area, you'll be amazed. You have a lot of controls there. You can just add high, medium, and low, but here you can divide the segments that range values. 3 options will be there. Color by gradient will be there, and another is range values. You can set the range and colors will change in between that range. But here it is much more flexible. After that, we will see what is meant by cyclic expression. We have worked. People will come and ask me, Arif, in ClickView, we have worked on cyclic expressions here, where expression will change. And also we have another cyclic dimension. Dimensions I can change. I can change my measures. I can change my dimensions on a single chart. Can I do that? And also I can create a drill down expression very easily in ClickView, but I don't see that option here, drill down expression. So more frequently used options in the tools, you need to highlight. If you are able to write this expression based on dimension, based on measure, and then color this pie chart also like that. Expression is very simple, no complications. Color with expression, good. Now people will come and ask me, Arif, in ClickView, I have used a cyclic dimension and cyclic expression. Can I do that thing here? It's very much easier. You need not go into properties and do anything. So come here. Now come here, alternate dimensions are there and alternate measures are there. Alternate dimension is for me calendar quarter, added. Another alternate dimension is English month name, add it. Okay, click on done, and then can you see this drop down? You'll get that option here. You can switch between that, and you can see. And why it is coming green? In my expression, I have told based on the dimension, and dimension is not matching with 2011. Because of that, it is going green, because else condition I have told green again. So now this is what called cyclic dimension. We can call this. Now similarly, I can show different measures here. I'll do that, Siddesh, don't worry. I'll just click on discard, select this chart, and see alternate dimensions. There will be an option. I'll just remove this. I'll just delete it. And you will see under the dimensions, you will see alternative dimensions. Click on this and add calendar quarter, and click one more time, add calendar month or English month name. You can add. English month name you can add. Perfect. Good. I got it. Now, if I want to see different expressions, add, I'll add total product cost, sum of total product cost. And I want to add a profit. Okay, I'll not add it here. I'll just drag and drop into alternate. Click on alternate measures. I'll as total product cost. Make it as sum. One thing, what I like about ClickSense is if I don't have any column here, if I don't have any column, means if I don't have any additional column like profit, which I don't have in my data set, people will suggest me, Arif, either you go and create a measure, create a separate measure, or you create a column, new column, then only you can use that in the visual. Otherwise, you can't use that. Either you should have it as a new column or it is a expression, new measure, then only you can use it. Click on FX and directly you can write that expression here. Sum of sales amount minus sum of total product cost. Click on apply and go here and then add the label like cost. Go ahead in the expression, add the label as profit, which makes it faster, to be used. Now I have this profit, and for this sales, I'll go and make it as sales. Click on done editing and play with it. If you want to see this based on cost, see, you'll see cost. If you want to see cost across the quarters, you can change it and see. Makes it much more flexible, right? Just drop down, change your dimension, change your measure. Now, no need to have multiple charts. If you want to. Now, this is called cyclic dimension and cyclic expression. In ClickView or Power BI, we create drill down dimensions or hierarchies, correct? How can we create that here? It's there, right? People will come and ask me, Arif, I don't want to click here. I just don't want to click here. Calendar year, I just don't want to change the quarter. So it is the quarter wise sales is showing me for all the 3 years. The quarter wise sales, it is showing me for all the 3 years, but I don't want to see it for all the 3 years. I just want to see for a particular year, they'll tell. So for them, what I'll tell, initially, I'll tell them, it's very easy here. What you do, you just come to this chart and come here and put this chart below. Just take it down, take this also down, come here, and then add filter pane on the top, add the field here, add calendar year. I'll tell, and they have calendar year here, filter pane. Again, I'll bring it here and I'll add calendar quarter. And then finally I'll add another filter pane. I'll just reduce the size of this so that they look alike. I have this here. I will add the dimension English month name. Click on done, and you can come here and you can filter which year you want. Just click on this. You'll get the years which year you want. You can select it. 11, 12 you select it. Click on apply, and your filters will get applied here. Now, this is one more thing that I like compared to ClickView. In ClickView, guys, we need to use current selection box, correct? But here in ClickView, it will show you on the top bar what are the items that you have selected. So now have a look. If I select Q2 and see, automatically it's coming. And now we can clear all the selections at once from the top. And it is the same when you publish it also. Once you publish it, all the selections applied will come on the top. You need not use additional object. Means wherever I see differences, which is good or which is not that good, so I'm highlighting those. So you can mention that as a key pointers. Hope that is helping, guys. People who are looking for a shift or changes between ClickView and ClickSense. So now I can filter this very easily. So now by default, the charts speak to each other. By default, whatever selections you do will get applied to each and every chart in Click. The same goes in Power BI also. But in Tableau, we have to apply that filter. So I have opportunity to select which sheet it should get applied. So this is one way to add your slicers, and you can show up your slicers any way you want. Now, people will tell me, Arif, this becomes very much time consuming. I select a particular, go by year, and then I want to see at the quarter level information, and I select a particular year from here. Particular year, I'll select 2011, and now all the information that you see in this bar chart is order. So multiple selections I have to make, Arif. But in Tableau, Power BI, ClickView, I used to see drill down. As soon as I click on a particular bar, it would take me inside that. Again, I click on a particular bar, it would take me again inside that. That was much more convenient for me. That was convenient, and it was more intuitive also. That would be interesting, right? So how can we create those hierarchies? Have a look how we can do that. By default, I don't have that option. I have to create a master item for that. I have to create a master item. Master item could be dimensions, measures, visualizations, or alternate states. So it's a dimension that I want to create, right? Click on this dimension, create new dimension. And now see, drill down dimension I have. Single dimension also is there. I'll come to that part. Click on this drill down dimension, add whatever fields you want. Calendar here, add it here, then add calendar quarter, add it here, then add English month name, add it here. And this cell time hierarchy, and just click on time hierarchy, master dimension is created. Click on close. Now what you do, select your chart, click on discard the changes or apply the changes. Now what you do, you put this in the alternate, and now this is blank. Add time hierarchy. Can you see this? Automatically it is taking it. Calendar year, come here, and it will tell year. Now click on this 2011, click on apply, it will go one step down, it will show quarter level. Click on Q2, click on apply, it will take one step down at the month level. And see, as you go down or you come up, the filters are automatically getting applied or removed based on the selections. Very easy, right? To create drill down dimensions. And again, you can select it and you can go here into time hierarchy and you can tell limitation, exact value greater than 0. And show others your limit. Click on done editing and you got that option. Select a particular year and you can select it and you will go see a quarter level. If you want to come up in the hierarchy, click on calendar year. Again, you come up. No, you want to see that across the calendar year, across the quarter. Now you want to see that profit or cost. Select that cyclic measure and come here, and time hierarchy is there and you can play along with it. Much more flexible than other tools. And the best part is I don't need any parameter. I don't need anything here. Interesting to see hierarchies or drill down dimensions. I'll tell one more time how to create that. Please pay attention here. Click on master items. Under master item, dimensions will be there, measures will be there, visualizations will be there, alternate states will be there. Click on dimensions, create new, either single dimension or drill down dimension. Click on drill down dimension, add the fields that you want to create an hierarchy, and then click on create. Now, next thing is people in Tableau and Power BI, they ask me this question very frequently when I show them hierarchies capabilities. Next question, immediate question they will ask me, Arif, chalo, I accept. You are telling that change that dimension, you are able to see the chart in that. Now, if I want to see the chart not in same way, but in different representation, means sales by year, I want in bar chart, sales by quarter, I want in pie chart, and sales by month, I want in line chart. Can I do that in Power BI or Tableau? People ask me this many times. In Click also they ask me, but they get an answer. They get an answer in Click, but they will not get an answer in Power BI and Tableau. Again, in Tableau, if I want to do then sheet swapping, I have to do not more than 2. I can't do that. I can't do that in sheet swapping also. In Power BI, at least I don't have that option. That is, do I have that option? Toggling buttons we have to use, but that is I have not learned that still in Power BI because I felt not a use. But can I achieve the same thing in Click? Interesting, right? I don't want to consume the entire page for this chart. I want a small space, but different representation based on what I want. What I will do here, I will go to the chart and I will reduce this option here and I will take a container. Container object is there. And now, see, I can't add this chart. Add this chart from the outside, I have added inside this now. This you also want to add, drag and drop and place it inside. 2 charts added. Now drag and drop your chart and place it inside this. Now see the fun. Bring this on the top, right? Guys, have a look. Done editing. Sales by year in a bar chart, sales by quarter in a pie chart, line chart. So you have this solution. Many times people come and ask me, Arif, can I have different presentation of charts? Correct? Some people prefer different way. So containers also a very good feature in ClickSense. Give a try on this, everyone, because I'm tagging each and every concept with one different example so that it helps you to remember. One thing as a developer, what I can do to give user flexibility, I can give it with the help of container. I can give that option with the help of containers to them. Or is there any extension which will help me to provide that? Multi-bar chart is there, Sankey chart. We don't have that option. We don't have that chart. But what basically sometimes people will ask is related to this only. As a developer, if you want to convert this chart, what I usually do, I come here, I just take this pie chart. It will give out options for me. You want to convert it or you replace it. So as a developer, I can change this chart, but just by dragging and dropping any chart over the chart. But give the flexibility to the user to see the different view as a line chart or a pie chart of the same option that is not available in ClickSense. One solution that you can use is container. We'll be looking into tables, we'll be creating tables, and we'll be learning about conditional formatting of the tables. Guys, today also I'll not go into the data model side because I want you to be more confident on front end first, how to use the different charts. When we are having more confidence on this, creating different types of charts, in the next session, we'll be going into the data model. How to do joins and what is concatenation, what is mapping load, and what is meant by a master calendar, how to create a master calendar table. So all these things comes at the backend. We'll be looking at that into upcoming session. Now, what shall we see? Click on done editing. I have this chart with me, and I can switch the chart based on what I want. Now, we'll see master items. Master item we have created once. Now, I'll tell you one example out of my experience, guys. In my career, I got an opportunity to work for Johnson & Johnson's as a ClickSense developer there. Now, there, what they follow is, they follow standard color representation for each and every product. Different products are there, and they wanted standard color. So now the color should be unique for each and every bar for them, and then that should be uniform across the dashboard. That should be uniform across the dashboard. That is what they expected. Similar to the case yesterday we have seen. Here in the bar chart, let me just delete this container and add a bar chart. Let me just add calendar year. Let me just add measure as sales amount. I'll add sales amount as a measure, and I'll just go to calendar year and I'll do that formatting, fixed number, exact value, greater than 0, remove this, put appearance, and add value label. So what you are telling, I'll create a container, and once I add this object into the container, I can't remove back that object from the container, correct? I have to delete it and I have to recreate it. So there is a problem. Right click on this, add to master items, sales by year, bar. Click on add, right click on this chart, add to master items, and then sales by quarter pie chart. Click on add. So 2 charts added here. Now what you can do, drag and drop this chart here, add sales by year, and then now see, do I need to recreate that chart? Click on done editing, and now you can see that chart here also. Now if you delete that, if you delete this container, also, that will not affect. Come here, come back, paste. I brought it back now. I removed it from inside the container. I put it outside. You can do by cutting and pasting also, or else you use this chart as a master item and put your chart there. Understood the concept of master item under the visuals? You are giving more flexibility for a user to create the charts. Now you have some standard set of 10 charts that people will use the most. Then rather than they create the chart, you give a list of chart, whichever chart you want, you drag and drop, whichever chart you want, you drag and drop, whichever chart you want, you drag and drop, and create your own dashboard. You are making good experience for the user. Na? Master item is nothing but reusable items. Master items is nothing but in one liner, if I tell, it's a set of reusable items, which you can reuse n number of places. And if you want to edit one chart, if this particular bar chart is used multiple places, and if you want any changes to be done, you need not go and do changes at the 10 places. Come here, edit, come here, and then come to appearance. Where is my presentation? Value labels, colors and legend. Make it as purple. Click on done. Can you see this? Did I change in 2 places or did I change in only 1 place? Understanding what is the purpose of master items now? And this is what the best part of ClickSense is, master items, which will make it more flexible, where multiple people can use same formatting without worrying about what will happen. Master items. Now, with this understanding only, I will take one more topic, and I told you one example, right? Very nice case today, I'll tell you. Very nice case study it is with respect to master items. Again, the same example of the Johnson and Johnson where I used to work. So now there all the colors that they use color formatting on a particular field, they want it to be same. There are 100 users, who are creating their own dashboards, own sheets they are creating. They are using that fields and they are creating the charts. Now he got confused. One day, one user is sharing his sheet. He has some different colors. Another day, one more people is sharing his sheet. He has different colors. So, but there is no standardization, right? And now, how can I communicate? Hey, you guys have to follow this only. You guys have to follow that only. Simply overburden of the work to the people. When we tell self-service, we should make it flexible for everyone. And people need not worry about the coloring or any formatting. So he came to us and asked, Arif, this is a problem we are getting. So how can we solve that? In order to give flexibility for users to create their charts in the self-service environment, you are letting them create their own sheets. One thing that you have to ensure is the color scheme should be same. Whenever they create their chart, color scheme should be same. And you don't want to tell them them to follow, but you have to restrict them to use that only. Again is number formatting should be same, coloring should be same, and if you have set of charts that you want them to use, those charts also you have to give it. So that will take your self-service BI to the next level, right? So that is where master items comes into handy very much. Now have a look. I will create a new sheet. Let me just click on done editing, click on app overview, I'll create a new sheet. I'll come here. In that case, in that scenario, how I will do my development. Now I want standardized number formatting that to be used by person should be in thousands only, correct? So what I will do, but my numbers are not in my sales amount is not in numbers and nothing. Now every chart I have to go and do the formatting. So because of that, what I do, I'll create a master item. I'll create a master measure, create measure, and I'll tell sales measure. Okay. And I will tell the expression, it should be like this, sum of sales amount. Okay. I'll create a sum of sales amount, click on apply, and I will give as label expression as sales. Number formatting, I'll tell as money, as we know that, and I will tell in terms of K, and label expression, I'll divide it by 1000. Fair enough, guys. This is what we did yesterday also. See me, Kiran, same thing we did yesterday also.
Yep.
Okay, now I'll just go here and I will tell sales amount, click on apply, come here, and now I'll click on create. I created this. Now this measure is same as my sales amount field, but now see the magic. What will happen? Click on bar chart, bring in add dimension, calendar year, add a measure, sales measure. Now see the magic. Go here, appearance, presentation, turn on the data labels and see. Did I do the formatting in terms of money? Did I tell explicitly to the chart? Now the best part is bring this here. Now another chart, pie chart, bring this pie chart and put it here and add a dimension, calendar quarter, and then add a measure, sales measure, and see the magic again. Go here in the appearance, go to the presentation, value labels, custom, give it as values. Now tell me guys, don't you think it's very much interesting point to be noted that you have set a format, we have set a format, my numbers should be used in this format only, irrespective of you are using in 10 charts, you are using in 20 charts, 10 different people are using it, 100 different people are using it. I can control by sitting in one place. If I go and edit that master item, if 100 people have created that chart, every chart will reflect those changes. Let me just go to data load editor. I'm just giving a try. I have not done this because we have educated our users to use those items only. Sales measure, sales amount. We have something like hide prefix, right? Where is that? That hide prefix equal to, I'll tell percentage in the single quotes. So hide prefix, this one I have done, and sales amount. Let's see, because I'm not sure if I hide this column after loading it, then whether my master items will be available or it will go away, I'm not sure about it. If I'm making it right, percentage underscore and percentage underscore, let me just save it. Because hide prefix I have not used much in my development career, but I have done it in the training. Let me just go to the data model and see what we have. Renaming is one of the best opportunity thing that I can think of, because rename it and give your users that particular name to be used. Self-service means you have to educate your users, right? You have to educate your users which column they should use. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. So hide prefix, hide prefix will definitely be one of the uses, but in the front end, I can't hide directly. Multiple solutions are there. One is give an aliasing and the original column name just encrypted with some different column name which cannot be used.
Just a quick info guys, if you want to learn ClickSense, then IntelliPad provides a ClickSense certification training which is taught by industry experts with more than 10 plus years of experience. This course is built in such a way that you can land your dream job. So without further wait, let's continue with the session.
And then instead of hiding, what if we don't use particular column in load function from the respective data set? The thing here is we want to use it, but we don't want to expose it to the users. One best way is to hide that from the user experience, means front-end UI, hide them. Another is as hide prefix. I have told we can try using hide prefix. That is one of the case. But this is one of the key feature, guys. If you understand it, it's one of the key feature. I need not worry. I need not worry. Let me just go to that next sheet. I need not worry about these people. If people are using this field, then done. I need not worry about the formatting. Everywhere the people will use the same format. Now, next time people use this field, formatting will be same. Chalo, number formatting, I'm okay. Now people came to me and asked, Arif, not only number formatting also, yeah. I want that colors also. Whenever that particular dimension is used, wherever that particular dimension is used, I want the same color scheme. Will it not be a great, guys, if we can achieve that also, where people need not worry about the coloring and coloring is already defined. Come here, master items, master measure I have created, correct, right? Now right click on this, click on edit, click on OK, go to the segment colors. Now this is the best place where what I was speaking, segment colors. How you want to color your sales amount, wherever that sales amount is being used, how you want to color it. Now how you want to color, sequential gradient, basic, divide them based on the limit. See here, basic you use, set 25%, 30% one, 0 to 30% of the value, and add limit and take this 60%. And now you can set any color that you want. Now I'll not take this. I'll take the gradient, sequential gradient. Now I will tell gradient change in 3 different ways. Less than 25%, less than 25%, less than 25%, add a limit, 50%, okay? 50%, add a limit, 75%, okay? I have like this. This color, go here and select red. I'll take some red color, okay? Then this color, I will take orange. This color, I'll take as yellow. And finally, this color, I will take it as green. Now, separate distinguishing is there. Now I'll make it as gradient. I'll make it as gradient. This one is gradient. Select this. This one also gradient. Select this. This also gradient. This also gradient. Okay, now gradient, gradient. Now see, guys, in Click, in Power BI or any other tool, I just in stepped manner, in stepped changing, I can do that. But starting and ending only I can change in Tableau. In Power BI, I have to do multiple ways to achieve this. Now click on save. Now, nothing is changing in the charts. Here also I'm using sales measure. Here also I'm using sales measure, but nothing is changing. Come here, go to the presentation, color and legend, color by measure. See, select this chart, go to presentation, colors and legend, colors auto off, colors, color by measure. Do I need to do any changes in the colors? 100 users, let them use the same measure. Number formatting will be same, color representation will be same. Giving the users to work on their own, but controlling what you want them to do. so that they don't go out of the scope of what organization standards are, because I have defined that into a measure. The same goes with the dimension also. Create a dimension, give a dimension, any formatting that you want, define the colors, which color, what value of the dimension, what color, and then save it. Whenever people uses that and they set up the color based on dimension or measure, automatically the colors will get adopted. You need not do anything. Reduce the effort, reduce a lot of effort from the users, and also have a uniformity across your organization. And this is one of the key features that I don't find in any other tools, master item. So these are called master items. You can create dimensions and give it to the users for them to use it. You can create measures for the users to use them, or else not only measures or dimensions, you can create charts and keep it as a master item, so that the entire chart they can use in their dashboard. That will save a lot of time, where people need not create and do a lot of time in formatting. And even with the people of less technical expertise, they can just use some set of charts, some set of master items, and create attractive dashboards without having any knowledge of formatting, numbering. Click converter, click view to ClickSense converter. We'll see in the next session. That will be an interesting topic. And that is a short topic, not a big topic. We can use click converter in Dev Hub and we can look into that. So we'll be creating 2 more charts, guys. Not much. I'll not take more than 10-15 minutes of yours. I just want to show how a tables and a pivot tables can be created. Pivot tables can be created and how we can expand and collapse the tables like in ClickView. Whether that feature are there or no, we'll be looking into that. I'll click on the new sheet, create new sheet, and just I'll leave that sheet name as it is. Now, others guys, have a look. We have different types of charts here. Let's learn tables, how we can represent tables. Now, where is table? Where is table? Table. Tables and pivot tables. Can we just differentiate between what's a table? Difference between table and pivot table, guys? This is a straight table. Now I can see this table has more granular information based on what dimensions I have. Now let's see what are the different properties for this chart. So if I go in presentation, styling, I can content font color, I can change. See here, I have that flexibility. I can change it. And then header background. So now have a look here. We have this option. I can change only the font color. I can't change the background of that. So let's see, I don't have any option. Let it be small. I don't want to go inside that. So in this way, you can put your tables and you can use them. So now one thing I just want to go here, data inside this. Now, can you see this? If some formatting is there on your master item, you want to follow that, you can use that as it is coming. Now, background color. Now, how will you apply the background color in the table? You have 2 options, guys. You have 2 options in a table to set up the background color of the cell and the text size of the cell. Now, I'll just go here and I'll go into styling. I'll just reset all. I don't want to do that. I'll come back. I'll come back to data and I want to put the coloring as a background color and the font color. How can I add that? If I want to use directly sales measure is here, and can I add my master measure colors in the table? I don't see any option here now. But if I want to add that expression, show column if, what do you mean by show column if? Colors will go. What do you mean by show color if? Show column if condition. I have a requirement in my career. I have used this. Some user don't have access to see some columns, and some user have access to see some column. Now, I can put a flag in front of the user. I can put a flag in front of the user where I can check if the flag is 1, then only show that, otherwise don't show that column. Hiding the columns based on a particular condition or a particular person, we can use this. That is one application of this. Background color, guys, how can change background color of this? If sum of sales amount is less than 300,000, then I will tell to be as red, comma, shift and enter. If I just copy paste this, I don't want to do it one more time. The amount is greater than or equal to and less than 600,000, then it is orange. Orange color is there. The orange color is not there. Orange color is not there, guys. So what I can do, I can use yellow if you want. Yellow, open and close bracket. Else, see here, use it as a green. Close one bracket, close another bracket. I click on apply, and now see. Can you guys see this? But see, greater than 600,000, I'm not getting as green color. Why? Edit. Click on less than 600,000. Click on apply. Click on done editing. Come down and see. Again, not why? Let me just go here and following. Yeah, here we go. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Conditional formatting like this. Very cool way to conditional format your columns. And similarly, that goes with the pivot table as well. Copy this expression, cancel, and then take it as a pivot table, drag and drop, convert to pivot table. You do. And now, the best part of pivot table is, have a look. See here, everything came on the rows. Here is on the rows, everything is on rows. Now, something if you want to see on columns, just drag and drop here on the columns. If you want to divide again based on the quarter, put it on the quarter. And now you'll see. Plus, click on plus, whichever option you want, you can expand it and you can collapse it. Isn't it something cool, guys, compared to the other tools? And now, let me just go to my edit sheet and then click on apply. And then come here, English month name, value greater than 0 you keep, and then exclude others. Now see, looks good, right? I can expand it and I can see the values. So now the best part, what I like about the pivot tables here is you can a user also can move this object from here to here. For example, if user doesn't want to see a calendar, quarter, and year on the rows. Now he wants to see quarter here. Now you want to just keep this up and then down. Now see, much more flexible, right? Where I can move the field from x-axis to y-axis, from y-axis to x-axis. And this users can do. These users can do. Not only developers, users can do this once it is given to the users. That makes ClickSense pivot table much more flexible. You want to extract it, right click, download as data. Click here to download. And now on my other screen, the data got downloaded. I'll show you that how it looks. It got downloaded. Makes it so flexible, right? So I need not do any configuration additional. See, just right click, download as image, PDF, or data. Click on data and Excel will get downloaded. View data. Click on this view data and you will see view data as the normal table. Pivot, underlying some data will be there, right? For a pivot. So tables are very flexible. Tables and pivot charts are very flexible in ClickSense, where you can directly download the data from here. And snapshots and all we'll see when we look into tables. Expand and collapse. Expand all means it will expand your entire table. Right click, collapse all will collapse all the data. At what granularity you want, you can see that information. That makes ClickSense pivot tables more flexible. And the best part, what I like is you can play along with the fields. You can just drag your fields here, you can drag your fields here, and you can play along with them. And see, quarters are here. And now click on just plus on 2011 and see quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4, 2011, all the information you have. So more on interactivity side, more features are given to the users on interactivity side. So this is what I have for you guys today. Learn something new. Okay, chalo. Let's continue this for next 10 minutes. Let's finish this. Already table I have, then I hit on convert to pivot table. Automatically it will convert and it will give you option these fields. Now, as I have told guys, we have seen master items, how to customize our charts. We have seen what are filters we have seen in ClickSense desktop. Now, let's go back to data model and get some more data. Okay, so these two tables are there. Now, I want to load another table. Guys, I want to load another table here from the same connection. From the same connection, I will load fact internet sales new Excel file. Click on select, and then click on insert script. I will just have this table name here pasted and I will keep a semicolon. Okay, guys? I have not done anything different. I have done the same thing what we have done so far. What do you expect if I load this table? In the data model, you expect 3 tables. It's one table currently, 2 tables currently. One is dim date and one is fact internet sales. And now I have taken fact internet sales new table also. So how many tables do you expect? Straightforward answer is 3 tables. Now what I will do, click on load. So now please pay attention how ClickSense behaves with the data model. This is very important. If you understand this, you can play with the data model. If you understand this, you can play with any data model. Now click on close, and then come to my data model viewer. 3 tables, correct? 3 tables. Be on your point, 3 tables. Where did the third table go? So one table that you are able to see is fact internet sales, and other table is dim date table. So where is fact internet sales? New table. Guys, what happened? You know what happened? This is the best part of Click I love to work with. In Power BI, when I want to append 2 tables, what will you do? You take 2 tables, you go to Power Query, then you will click on append query, then you select 2 tables and you append it. Correct? That is what you do. Okay. But here, auto appended. The table got auto appended. You need not do anything. ClickSense saw that table structures are same, column names are same. Then why should I keep them separate? Correct? Now I have loaded the data. Go to the sheet and see the data is got reflected. Data got reflected. You will see 5 years sales instead of just 3 years sales now. Boom. 2013 and 2014 sales came up. Did I do any changes in my chart? No. I didn't even touch my chart. I just loaded a new table. The new table structure was exactly the same as old table, just the table name was different. I don't care, even if the table name is different. Table structure is same, table columns are same, number of columns also are same. Automatically, the table got appended. ClickSense is helping us by appending the table of same structure and same columns. Cool feature, right? In Click. Tableau also we have union option. You can right click and convert to union. You can do, and you can drag and drop the tables there, and union will get created. But here, what this concept is called, if you could name that for me, auto concatenation. Correct? Isn't it? Auto concatenation. We call it as an auto concatenation. When the 2 table structures are same, the tables will get auto concatenated. Now people will come up with a requirement to me. Arif, I don't want the tables to be concatenated here. But ClickSense is concatenating those tables. How will you tell ClickSense not to concatenate those tables and keep them separately? Correct? No? Requirement could be like that also. Yes or no? Requirement could be like that. So how will you tell to the script? How will you tell? Just type no concatenate function. Just type no concatenate. Before loading the table, tell no concatenate. It will see that whatever tables are there, I will not concatenate them. This table I will not concatenate. Now click on reload. Boom. Tables got loaded. 0 error. One warning. Please pay attention here. Very, very interesting topic we are going to discuss in Click. Now I have loaded. Now no concatenate I have given. That means now at least you should see 3 tables. Yes. Tell me. Yes. What do you think? I have to no concatenate. No concatenate in the sense, don't concatenate the 2 tables. I'm telling. Now, what do you expect in the data model? How many tables it should show? 3 tables. I expect this. Anyone else? Any other inputs? No concatenate means automatically the ClickSense, when it find 2 table structure same, it will concatenate the 2 tables. Now I have clearly told it, so don't concatenate these 2 tables separately. I told them keep them separate, because today's session will be very important with respect to data modeling. You are going to see a lot of things. How to do joining the tables, how to rename the columns, how to remove synthetic keys, what is meant by circular reference, what is meant by link table. You are going to see that. Very, very important, because without those concepts, you cannot proceed further. Go to data model viewer, you will see 4 tables now. Not 3 tables, you will see 4 tables. Have a look. These are the 3 tables that I wanted to load, and this is my dim date table. And this is a synthetic key table. Synthetic key. Now you might be thinking, Arif, when the structure is same, I'm getting one less table. When the structure is different, I'm getting, when I'm telling no concatenate, I'm getting 4 tables. What is this funda here? So what is synthetic key? Why this table? Why this additional table? For me, what is the funda of this table? Why it is giving me that? So guys, going back to basics, how you create association between the 2 tables in Click? Can you just help me with that? You'll tell straightforward, Arif, no need to do anything. In table 1 and table 2, just have same column names on which you want to create association have the same column name, automatically association will get created. You need not do anything apart from that, correct? Now, my question is, tell me if two column names are same, if three column names are same. So this question you should have asked on day one only when I connected the two tables. So good that you didn't ask. Okay, just kidding. See, you didn't ask it, but that gave you one concept to learn. So now, how to overcome that? What is meant by synthetic key? What if two column needs to be connected? What if three column names are same? That will result in synthetic key. And now, what is synthetic key? What is meant by a cross join in SQL? Can someone help me with what is meant by cross join in SQL? When there is no join condition between the two tables, or more than one conditions not properly connected, will result into a cross join between the two tables. Anyone would disagree with this statement? If there are more than one association between the tables, then ClickSense create a synthetic table automatically for you. Create a synthetic table automatically for you, where in that synthetic table, it will maintain all the combinations of that key of the two values. So to avoid incorrect answer, to avoid cross join between the tables, or to avoid the wrong answer, ClickSense put a synthetic table between those two tables. ClickSense put synthetic table between those two tables, telling that if your table is trying to join with two tables, I'll maintain a mapping table which will have the combination of keys, and that will connect to the right column, right row. Now you'll tell, Arif, that's a good thing, no? So data is not getting wrong. See, the synthetic table is there. The data is not getting wrong, Arif. Then it's a good thing. Why we need to worry? Synthetic key is good. Data is correct. Data is correct, I agree, but not good for the report performance. Not good for the report performance. Because of that, we tell synthetic keys are undesirable in the data model. What is synthetic table? And synthetic tables are undesirable. Now, what are the different ways to avoid synthetic keys? Guys, what are the different ways to avoid synthetic keys? One is straightforward. Arif, identify right column with valid connection, and the other columns rename. That is straightforward. If two column names are same, then you keep only one column which is a valid connection you think, and then you connect them. Second condition, people will come and ask, Arif, no, both are valid connection for me. Both are valid, like country and state. Both are valid. I'll give you an example. India, Punjab, Pakistan, Punjab. If I connect on India, this will get duplicated. If I connect on Punjab, again, that will not give me right answer. Correct me, in Pakistan also there is Punjab, everyone? Yes or no? Now, tell me which column, country name column I should take as a key, or state name column I should take as a key. I can't take either of the column as the key. That will give me a wrong answer. So I have to take a composite key as the key column. Composite key as a key column to second method. Now, if you do that, if you do composite key, you will lose the granularity of the table. Yes or no? I will lose the granularity of the table. I lose the hierarchy. Country and state hierarchy I will lose. So what should I do? The third method is create a link table. Now, link table, what is a link table? Link table is nothing but the table similar to synthetic table you create for your own columns. So two columns are in common. Now, three scenarios totally to resolve this. The output of this, when two columns are name are common, you will get a synthetic table. And now I just explained what is meant by synthetic table. Synthetic key will get created. What do you think synthetic key is? Synthetic key, what it does, synthetic key creates the combination of column 1, column 2, column data. Column 1, column 2, correct? It will have all the combinations of the data here. It will have all the combinations of this data, and it will connect. It will not connect directly to this table. It will first connect to this table, and then it will connect to this table again. So in between, it will add a synthetic table. Why it does that, Because to avoid cross join and incorrect result, it does that. Now, does that make sense? How that synthetic key comes in between? When more than one column names are common, synthetic key comes in. Makes sense till this point? Perfect. But once synthetic key is there, the data will be correct. There is no issue with the data, guys. There is no issue with the data. Data will be correct. Most of the time, data will be correct. Now, people tell out there, data synthetic keys are not desirable. Try to avoid synthetic keys, people will tell. You will tell, Arif, data is correct now, then why should we worry for the synthetic key? Don't worry for the synthetic key, the data is correct. But what Qlik tells, synthetic keys are not, synthetic keys are ensuring that your data is not wrong, but synthetic keys are not desirable because of this performance issues with their presence in the data model. Now, when something which creating performance issues, do you want to keep that? Now think, if that is creating a not performance issue, I'll tell, if the data is small, you'll not even observe that issue. If the data is huge, then you'll observe that issue. Now, if the performance issue is there, then why ClickSense has given that feature? First of all, you'll tell, okay, chalo, I'll speak in term Power BI language to you. Cross filter direction, have you worked on cross filter direction? Do you know what is cross filter direction in Power BI? Why Power BI has given that option of one direction by default and cross filter direction, both I can change it if I want. Why it is so? One-sided direction, one-sided filter is good for performance, and if you take two cross both direction filters, it is not good for performance, because filters will flow from one direction, filters will flow from another direction. Overlapping of the filters from one table to other table will come. But Power BI tells that one-sided filter is good, Arif. One-sided filter is good for a performance, but if you don't care about the performance, go and make it to dual direction. I'm happy with that. It's your choice. The same thing Qlik also is telling, Arif, ultimately my intention is to give you the right answer. Even though if it is affecting your performance, I will give you the right answer, because it's not only you. You have the expertise, you are developer, you know that how to resolve that. How you know? You will maintain the proper relationship. But think about the business analyst who don't have knowledge of SQL. If the answer is wrong, they will not use my tool. No? So we usually what we do, heads up, thumbs up rule, people will follow. So 90% it's a thumbs up rule. It becomes if something is happening 90%, then people will take as a thumbs up rule only. Correct? So let it be anything here. Let's try to avoid them. So people will take in that way and they try to remove this synthetic keys. Now, in order to remove the synthetic keys, now we have to decide what I want from the tables first. Synthetic keys, first decide whether the synthetic key is created by mistake or the connection is valid. No wrong, right? No wrong in having two common columns in between the tables, as in our second case. No harm in having two common columns, because that will be and condition between those and condition. Now, no harm in having those common columns, but it's the developer's responsibility to decide, in order to remove that synthetic key, whether first of all the synthetic key created as expected and is correct, or by mistake the synthetic key is created. If by mistake synthetic key is created, go with the method 1. Identify the right column which you want the relationship to be, and the other column you just rename it. And synthetic key will go away. Second point is, if you want both the columns to be as the part of the key, then you concatenate. In SQL, how do you create a composite key? You just add primary, either you create it as a primary key, comma, column names you will add, or else you will create as a composite key by concatenating the two fields. Concatenation is very common for us. We concatenate with the underscore or with a dot or with a space. We concatenate it. Concatenate and create a composite key, and the solution. But what happens if I concatenate? Don't I lose the granularity of my information if I concatenate this? If I concatenate two columns and create a composite key, and in my front end, will I have the country field separate and India field, state field separate? Or if I can have, in table 1, you take state 1 and you take country 1, and then you take composite key, correct? Which is a joining of these. In table 2, again, you take as state 2 and country 2, and then composite 1. Now, this is what your solution is. 100% right. This is what I was expecting. Now you will tell composite key will get connected. Now tell me, you solved the problem, but are you not increasing your confusion? Now this will create confusion. And what I tell is, if I don't use these columns in the table and I use just composite key column, then that will affect my granularity. That will affect my granularity when you want to display that in chart, because in chart, whenever you try to use some data in the front end, it will show only the unique data. Now, have you observed in a table that if you are showing some value in a chart, in a table, and that table, that value in a column, each value is repeated 10 times. Then when you take that value inside the table, do you see that 10 times, or you will see that only one time? So similarly in the table also, if I want to have that, I should have that columns, right? And I don't want a state 1 confusion, state 2 confusion. So in that case, guys, in that case, if you want to avoid this confusion, then where the help of link table comes to picture. Link table is nothing but synthetic table only, but you are creating the synthetic table. Any thoughts? Because see here, many times this will not come into picture. This many times means I'll tell 50-50. 50% of the problem will get solved by concatenation or one, but 50% of the time we need to have a link table. But you should be aware when to use first method, when to use second method, and when to use third method. That was my intention. No, here also same now. If you're dragging, then it will create. Here also, if you're renaming it, if you're having the same name, then only it will create. If you don't want the relationship.
Just a quick info, guys. If you want to learn ClickSense, then IntelliPad provides a ClickSense certification training which is taught by industry experts with more than 10 plus years of experience. This course is built in such a way that you can land your dream job. So without further wait, let's continue with the session.
You can rename that column to different name. In Power BI, if you try to connect with this concept, then there is a concept called active and inactive relationship. So that you can control. So now, understood, guys? 3 method. First one is straightforward. Go and rename the column name. Based on that, you have that connection. Now my thought is, guys, all the column names are same here. Then will you rename each and every column? Now see here. Ultimately, my intention is to remove the synthetic key and keep this table separately, directly connected with my dim date table. This fact table should get connected with my dim date table, and this fact table should get connected to my dim date table. And without a synthetic key, I want that to be connected. What do you think? Now the challenge is I have 50-60 columns, Arif. Then all the 50 column names are same. How can I avoid this synthetic key? And I don't want to go and rename any shortcut, guys. So I don't want to go and add product key 1, product key 2. I don't want to go and add that. It's not good. I understood that. I don't want the relationship between the two tables. Then is there any shortcut, guys, in Click that I can remove that relationship? Qualify star. And okay, I just want to take an example. Okay, I can continue with that example. Okay, I'll tell qualify star and I'll just load it. See the beauty of what happens in this case. So guys, every code above that you write is connected with the below code. So you have to be very careful. In any other tool, you can just ignore the other part of the data model. In Tableau or Power BI, you can ignore the other part of the data model and you can concentrate on only part. But here, the sequence is very important. Go to your data model and see the table is separated now. There is no linked table and the two tables are separated. Now, what happened, guys? After I use qualify, what did happen after I use qualify? All the columns have table name prefixed with the column name. Automatically, it got prefixed. So qualify is very powerful term which will qualify all the columns in the table. Now, the problem here is I don't want to qualify all the columns, Ari. I don't want to qualify all the columns. I just want to qualify all columns except one column. That is order date key, correct? If I don't have order date key as unqualified, then how can I connect the two tables? Correct now? What should I write, guys? Can someone tell me? Unqualify order date. Save and reload. So qualify and unqualify we use a lot. When you have complex data model, you use a lot. And now see what happens. Go to your data model and see the tables got connected. Boom, the tables got connected with the dim date. I removed my synthetic key and I renamed all the columns except one column using this. So now renaming any column, anyone can do that. But renaming all the columns by just not renaming only one column, this is a solution. Makes sense to everyone? How you have to work with concatenate and no concatenate. Now, people will tell, very interesting topic I'll take. Now, people will bring up Power BI concept and they will tell, Arif, Power BI does appending so nicely, na? Even if the column names are changed, even if the number of columns are different, it will append, and it will, whichever columns are mapping, it will map them correctly, and whichever columns are not mapping, it will keep them separately. Yes or no? That is how it works in Power BI. Now, people will come and tell, Arif, in my 2010 sales, I didn't have one column like GST because GST came recently. I didn't have GST column, Arif. Now, 2011 file, I got a new column, GST. I got a new column. This was not there in 2010 file, older file, and new file GST column is there. Live example, na? Live example, guys. Few years back, GST was not there. Recently, the GST came, and now the new column GST is there. Similarly, some column was not there previously, and that column came up. Then now the entire data model collapsed. The 2010 file, I didn't have GST column, and now so far till 2010 my concatenation was working fine for me. Auto concatenation was working. Auto concatenation was, whenever the new file I'm adding, auto concatenation was working. Suddenly, when I went to do 2011, a new column, that there was a change in the business process. There was a change in the business process. Automatically, a new column came up. So now, what it does, it will keep concatenation of all the files till 2010, and suddenly from 2011 it will start throwing synthetic key for you. Happens? Or do you expect, or if no, concatenation will happen automatically? How will it happen? There is additional column in the new file. Forced concatenate. Exactly, I was expecting that. So now see guys, try to compare with the other tool. It's so beautiful. I'm having a little bit knowledge on Power BI and Tableau also. I'm bringing in these points. If I don't take reference of other tools, then we are missing so beautiful things now. If you take small k and in other table it's capital K, no, it will not concatenate. It is case sensitive. Click script is case sensitive. Now, which I really felt when I was learning Power BI, I really felt this concept, which I never explored earlier. I never explored in Click, though I was using it, but I never explored. So how concatenation will work? Union in SQL, when I try to union two tables, the union will not work if the structure of the tables is not same. But in Power BI, it's a very good feature, I would tell. Even if the structure is changed, I don't worry. If I have out of 10 columns, 8 columns names are matching, Power BI will tell 8 columns are matching na. इनको map कर दो, जो दो columns नहीं match हो रहे हैं, for those two columns, just keep them separate. The final resultant table will be having 12 columns, 8 which are matching, 2 which are not matching from table 1, 2 which are not matching from table 2. Correct? Power BI will think in that way, but Click doesn't think in that way. Click does that, if the tables are structure matching, you don't even mention append. You don't use Power Query also. I will do my work. I know my work better. Click will tell. But the problem comes when in future you are uncertain that the structure of the table might change slightly. Structure of the table might change slightly, in the sense new columns may get added in the table. At that time, the columns which are matching should be same, and columns which are not matching should be kept separate. At that time, if you see the future and if you want to design your code like that, then you write a statement concatenate. You write a statement concatenate and keep. So what it does, at that point it will do forced union. We call it a forced union. So slowly we are increasing with the complexity, and the best part is we are trying to compare with the other tools. Okay guys, so I'm highlighting the questions which you may come in future, which you may come across in future, and I'm trying to resolve them well before. So make a note of these things and keep. This is what other developers who are working on the tool, they have developed with the years of experience, which didn't come even just in a single day. As we started working on different projects, so we developed this, and I'm just here sharing my knowledge. That's it. And the forum is open for anyone to help us regarding that link table, synthetic key. Very nice. So forum is open for adding any point. So we are here to share the experience. Feel free to do that. So this is how you can do concatenation, you can avoid concatenation, and you can do forced concatenation. If you want to then qualify star, what it does, you have seen that now. So one point I would like to add here, have an assurance guys that we are not doing injustice to the topic that we are learning. When we take the reference of other tools, it's just for add-on knowledge. We are just taking an add-on knowledge that how we do there, we have an issue here also. We are taking, but we are not doing injustice to the topic here. We are learning the entire topic. It's not like we are just taking comparison and we are just doing compromise to this topic here. No, we are not doing that compromise. Okay. So now this qualified star, unqualified star, I will remove. I don't want that. I will keep them as concatenated. I'll tell concatenate. It is loading in the same table. Perfect. this is what I have, and my sheet will reflect these things in the dashboard. Now, all the 5 years, it should show perfect. It's showing all the 5 years. Come back to the data model and let's load some other tables. Get data again. Okay, now, can I get data SQL server here? How can I connect to an SQL server, guys? Here, new connection. So you may not have SQL server with you guys, but I have the Excel file also with which you can create connection. So now think I have a Microsoft SQL server, Google Spreadsheets. That create connection, and then Microsoft SQL server. I have that SQL server with me. I'll just show that to you. Computer management and services and applications, services. I'll show you that service is running at my end. See, it stopped. It stopped. Let me just start it. So let me just start this, and it's running now. So now, what are the different ways that I can connect to SQL server? What are the different ways in ClickSense or any other tool I can connect to SQL server? Chalo, in ClickView, how we'll connect to SQL server? Any idea, guys? In ClickView, how we connect to SQL server? In ClickView, how we connect to an SQL server? We need to have an ODBC. Do we have native connectors in SQL? We have native connectors in SQL. Do I remember my password? Space for him. Invalid instance. Why it's invalid instance? Adventure works. So name is. It should get connected. Okay, that's okay. I'll just connect with ODBC. I'll just search for ODBC. ODBC I have created. Guys, there are two types of connections in any tools. SQL server, for example, take an example. I can connect two types. One is native connector, and another type of connector is ODBC connection. Many of the people, we know that what is the two different types of connection. In ClickView, guys, in ClickView, how will I connect? Here, I have only ODBC, OLEDB. If I want to connect to SQL server, I have to use ODBC only. What is our understanding behind that? Okay, that's okay. Okay, what is a driver? Driver is nothing but a communication channel between a computer and a pen drive. Similarly, here also, Microsoft have given us connectors, some standard connectors from Windows operating system, anything installed on the Windows operating system, I can connect to some other devices. So now between ClickSense and SQL server, this is SQL server, a driver is needed. A driver is needed to establish this channel. That is called a SQL server DSN. We will create a DSN and driver is available. And we call this an ODBC connection, open database connectivity. We can create an ODBC on the Windows operating system and we can connect using that. This is one way to connect. Another thing is native connectors. So the list of connectors that you see as you click on this, the connection name SQL server, Oracle server, those are all native connectors, guys. Those are all native connectors. So native connector is giving some error to me. So I have just taken ODBC at my end. If you want to get this same file at your end, guys, just click on this, click on dimension data set, click on select, take 3 tables, dim product category, and dim product subcategory. 3 tables I will take. Click on insert script. I'll just come down. I'll just keep here. I'll just connect one more time. Dimension data sets. Click on select. Remove this dim currency, dim product category, and dim product subcategory. Click on insert script. 3 tables I have loaded. Now, no table name given. If you want, let's give the table name as dim product, and then dim product category, and dim product subcategory. Okay, guys, add this into the script and then click on load. Let's see what will happen. Loaded. Let me just go to my data model and see what will I have there. Okay, now I have the tables created. Can you see this? Created the link. This is my fact table from inside, and then this is my dim product, and these are my supporting dimension table. Helper dimensions. I can tell them as a helper dimensions. Now, what kind of schema is this? What kind of schema? Fact table is in center. One dimension is connected directly. Another dimension is table connected directly. And now these are the helper dimensions for me, which are connected to this snowflake. Have you heard about Snowflake schema? Snowflake schema. So this is kind of a Snowflake schema. Now, user came to me and asked, Arif, if you see in this table, the information that I have here is more information I have. I don't want all that information. I just want product subcategory name and product category name. Simply, why all these columns? I don't want all these columns. For that, what I will do, I'll tell remove whichever columns you don't want. I'll tell product category, product alternate key you remove. I don't want this. Only selected columns you can keep. I'll tell. And then in Spanish and French you remove. I'll tell. And then product subcategory key you keep. Product subcategory alternate key you remove. Spanish, French you remove. You remove like that. Only the required columns I can keep. It's not like that every columns you should keep. Only the required columns also you can keep. No issues with that. Click on save and click on load. Means selective columns also you can load. That is one thing, very simple. One pointer just I wanted to add. Now people will tell, Arif, chalo, you added the column, I'm totally fine with that. But I don't want that columns to be in separate table. I want those columns to be integrated into my existing table. Can you see this? 3 columns are there only. 3 columns, and this table I have only 2 columns. Okay. Now these 2 tables, I don't want that. I want to convert this to a star schema. Can you just denormalize this table? Denormalize my dimension table. These 3 tables converted into 1. How will you do? How will you do this? In general, you tell. In general, you tell. You tell in terms of SQL language only. Na? How will you do? If someone asks you to denormalize tables, you will do join. Now, how can I join this? The same way I have to do here also. Joins. What are the different types of joins? Right, outer. Okay. In click view, just mentioning join is enough. And there is one more type of join here. 4 types of joins. Self join, then natural join are just trick workaround that we will learn. Now, if I just mention join also, it's okay in click view. Correct? If I'll not mention inner, I'll not mention outer, I'll not mention anything. Just if I mention join also, it's okay, totally fine. Will it throw any error or will it not throw any error? If I just mention join, it works. Okay, perfect. Now, if it works, which type of join it takes? Whether it takes inner join, whether it takes left join, it takes right join, or it takes outer join. Outer join. By default, if you just mention join, it will be outer join between the 2 tables. Thank you so much, sir. Now, what I want to do, dim product, I want to connect it with dim product subcategory. Okay, I'll connect this with subcategory. Now, what should I do here, guys? What should be the syntax for me? Shall I use left join or what kind of join? Let's use left join only. Left join to which table? Which table, guys? Fact internet sales on fact internet sales. Left join this table to fact internet sales. Now, do I need to mention any other condition like this column will you select or that column only you select? Do I need to write that, guys? Chalo, let's not do in this way. Let's make it a little bit tricky. Here you'll understand sequence of execution is how much important. Dim product subcategory, not facts here. Why am I connecting fact? Dim product I have to connect. Dim product. Now, dim product subcategory key is here and dim product subcategory key is here. Dim product subcategory key is here. Correct? Product subcategory key and product subcategory is here. I'll connect. Product category key is here and product category key is here. So what I will do? I will tell dim product category table subcategory. Okay. Dim product subcategory table. 3 tables I want to join in 1 table. Fair enough? Guys, have a look. Go back to the data model and see dim product table, dim product subcategory table, and dim product category table. So I want to join this table here and then this table here. In one statement I'm writing. Logically correct now? Because relationship is there in that order. I have written join. Now I want to ask click view people, especially, what will be the result of this? That shows our debugging skills. Because guys, unlike the other tools, debugging skills is very important in ClickView or ClickSense. I'm telling you, debugging is very important. If you know the execution of the script, you will be in a good state to debug your code very easily. Otherwise, you'll not understand what is failing and where it is failing. Now, can someone tell me what will be the output if I execute this? Anyone, guys, feel free to add on. What will be the output? I just want to do joins now. I'm doing join. What will be the output? Chalo, the people who have not worked on Click, I totally accept that you may not answer. You may not be able to answer this. At least who have worked on ClickView. Come on, guys. What do you expect the output? Performance second. First of all, do you think this code will execute?
I think once you join subcategory with the like dim product,
100% right.
yeah, It will.
100% right. This is what I want to come from you guys. This is what I want. This is the debugging skills. These are debugging skills. Just reload this and see. It will throw error telling that table dim product subcategory not found. Be intuitively learning. See, table subcategory key is not found. Why? Then people will come and object. Arif, the script is having table subcategory key. यहाँ पे दिख रहा है. It's clearly visible, Arif. Then why your script is telling not visible? So what happens, you know, in ClickView, once you join one table to other table, this table's existence is removed. Existence is ceased. No, I don't want that table. So now, when I tell the script is executing from top to bottom, it is executing from top to bottom. When I come to line number 166, this table is trying to join with this table, but this table doesn't exist because this table has already joined with the dim product table. Everyone have done that. Everyone has done this. But at this point, might be didn't strike your mind. I wanted to emphasize these debugging skills that is needed, because debugging is very, very much important. Based on my experience, guys, I'll tell debugging in some other tool and debugging in ClickView and ClickSense is totally different, because other tools use just graphical way. The debugging is very different there, and debugging here is very different. You need to go step by step from top to bottom. You should come. Then only you will understand. Otherwise, forget off. So now, what's the solution? What's the solution? I shouldn't tell dim product subcategory. I should tell dim product. Then again, you'll tell, Arif, you tell dim product, but in dim product that column only is not there, na? Dim product category key, the column itself is not there in this table. I think that once I join this table to my dim product table, this column was not there earlier, but when till I come till this point, this column will get added to this table. Then I'll not face any issues. No? Sequence of execution, importance of understanding sequence of execution is very important. Now load the data. Oh, done. Go to a data model and see, it will be star schema. And in this dim product table, you will see those columns. Can you see this? Product category name, subcategory name. Now people will tell, Arif, it is showing blank. Now you tell it is joined, sir. And if you come down, you'll have that data. Data is there, but matching value is not there in the other tables. Because of that, it is showing null. Now, very interesting topic, joins. Purva, any doubts? Not only logically, but sequentially also we have to see in ClickScript execution. Shall we load these three tables now? Everyone, take your time and do this. I want you to do the activities that we have learned today.
Just a quick info, guys. If you want to learn ClickSense, then IntelliPad provides a ClickSense certification training which is taught by industry experts with more than 10 plus years of experience. This course is built in such a way that you can land your dream job.